Happy One Wheel Wednesday, everybody. It's a good day to be a one-wheeler. My name is Scot, Mendenhall. Welcome to our podcast. We're excited to be hanging with you over the next few moments. Our special guest today is a legend. I can't even begin to introduce her yet because she's coming up in a little bit moment. But we do have Sarah Meeker on. It's going to be so cool to catch up with her. She is one of the fan favorites in the one-wheel world and in the podcast sphere we do here. This is a Scot Mendenhall and Friends podcast, which I'm joined by some of my friends and my lovely wife. We're going to start with Miss Holly, my wife of 22 years. Almost
23.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you.
I like how you have your water bottle right in the shot. It's real professional. That's good.
I mean, it's still in the shot.
It's so big. Just put it right in there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, really good job. It's a hair up kind of day.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, it is that type of day for me.
Okay, she's a mom.
That's why I don't have coffee. I have Spark.
Spark, because I made it. This says how I'm not a coffee guy. She's just a Spark. Nonetheless, 23 years soon. We'll talk about that later. We got Lily over here to the left,
Hello.
rocking with us.
Happy Wednesday.
Lily's got her water bottle in the shot as well.
Yeah,
Neon
right?
green. It's good. Blocking our logo. I mean,
Sorry.
we're no,
Isn't
you're
that
okay. It's
sweet?
barely hanging in there, anyways. But if they could, yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
it's awesome.
Yeah, in the remote works this week. Kevin.
What?
Yeah, he helped me.
What were you doing
teacher.
wrong?
Actually, nothing. I don't think I was doing anything wrong. I just pulled the battery out, put the battery back in, and it
I'm
worked.
surprised you didn't do that
I did.
last week.
Remember, I changed the battery.
Oh,
you
yeah.
changed the
I don't know what it
battery
was. I don't know, but this thing is
Regardless,
awesome.
it's sweet.
Kevin from Chameleon Rails, big fan of what he does and creates. Go give him some love. If you see on this helmet, the Viking helmet here, let's just spin this today. I like his little sticker, if you can see it there. And then we got to give a shout out to Armadillo Sealant. This is what we use a lot. If you're looking for a sealant, I know there's a lot out there. This is our go-to. It has saved us in some of the more gnarly trails down in Texas and in Dirstsurferz in Eureka Springs. While we're talking about it, you should get signed up.
Yes.
Yeah, for Eureka Springs for sure. If
Yeah.
you're not signed up, you're late to the game. Let's
Yeah,
go.
you're-
It's so fun.
It is the best. That's why it's a premier race. I mean, I don't know really why it's a premier race, but it's one of the best. It's one of my favorite. Anyone at any level can be there. You do not need to be a rider to race there or even show up to enjoy
That
there.
is not what you told me the other day.
Get going.
You
What?
told me the other day that if I was going to actually race at Dirstsurferz, that I better get out on the one wheel and try trails.
Yeah, you're not going. You keep saying racing, and what I'm watching you to do is mandering. You can't mander these trails. You got to get out there like you're trying to race. That's what I'm trying to say. So we're
Well, folks, I have been mobbing.
Oh, wow. Wow. I don't think any of the 8 children have said that, though you are doing an exceptional job.
Greatness came to me the other day and he said, "Mom, you are going so fast."
So fast.
Oh, so kind.
She is
And
getting
then
it.
as he flew by me, he was like, "Fast for you."
Yeah, we got to define that. She is practicing to ride at the beginners courses at Dirstsurferz Eureka Springs. Go to dirstsurferz.com to sign up. You will not be disappointed. We are fans, and they're one of the big supporters of Scot Mendenhall and Friends. So we have there. You can't really see it behind Holly, but we have established that it's going to go there for the summer as it's getting brighter. But it didn't do anything to diminish.
No, not really. It's kind of like still a halo around. my
Yeah,
head.
yeah. It's all right. It's okay.
all good.
But nonetheless, we're gonna cover some things. I don't know if you can read my shirt, but hashtag free foot gang all day long. That's where we stand on the topic of foot hooks. But we're gonna cover it because there are a lot of people that have opposing thoughts on it, and I do got to clear up some thoughts from last week. Some people were on me about me talking about Veskies. Where were you at Texas? Because they podiumed, but they didn't take number 1 spots when one wheels are involved, and they felt like I was
a little bit of.
irrational in my statement about Veskies, and I'm just not. I'm not picking a fight. I was just saying, hey, listen, overall champ was someone riding a one wheel. Future Motion software, not
They
a
had the
vest.
fastest time of all.
I was just throwing that out there. I was like, where are you at, Veskies? Now, that second place was somebody riding a Vesk, and they were riding in a 35 miles an hour. We watched that. It was Leo.
Nope, that was Les Carroll.
Oh, Les. Sorry.
Man, he was flying.
Yeah, he's fast on that Vesk.
35 miles an hour, and he fell so many times. It was wild. Like, I can't believe he wasn't all messed up. You should go watch that. It's on his YouTube channel. It is worth a watch. It's the excursion race, the long 7-mile race, and that guy is ripping.
If you didn't know it was Les Carroll, you would think he was an out-of-control writer.
Yeah.
When you're watching
it's entertaining. Okay, that's the quick update. We're gonna get to some of it. We're gonna show you some new footage of the hookers from Onewheel Parts in a moment. But let's get to our guest today, because I know that's why so many of you tuned in today. We had to convince her to come today because she's like, "Wait, this is last minute and it's live.
Wait,
hold on,
live?
What? I didn't know." But she is a mobber of mobs. When we talk about somebody that can ride a one wheel, this woman can do it. She is talented. The way she rides is so much fun to watch her ride. Her personality is out of this world. She is a person that makes a person that's having a bad day have a good day. She speaks and you just smile all day long when she passes you, because that's all she does on the one wheel trails. That she passes you. You feel good that you just got passed by the one and only Sarah Meeker. How we doing today, Sarah?
Hey!
Hi. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
man.
I'm crying. Thank you so much.
Thank you for...
It was all true. It was all true.
It is.
Oh, man.
And thank you for having the Scot Mendenhall shades on. I'm assuming that's what you're supporting. Yeah, that's good.
And they match your hair perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about the hair since we're right on it. You've gone from dark brown hair to blonde with a lot of different colors in there. Tell us, what was the journey like? Was this like, no, I'm waking up today, I'm just doing it? Or you thought about it for a long time and said, finally, I'm going to do it? How'd you get here?
So there was actually a post on the internet that popped up saying they were looking for someone that had either virgin hair or blonde hair, and I hadn't dyed my hair in like 20 years.
Wow.
And they were trying to get into like a color competition, like for coloring hair, and I just signed up for it. And she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm serious." And so they cut probably like 10 inches off and then bleached it. It took 8 hours. I'm not sure
Wow.
if she won the competition, but it was awesome to be a part of it. So
That's so
I
cool.
That's
I did not
awesome.
know that,
That is-
and
yeah.
I am not surprised by that one bit that you would do that.
Yeah, I
That's
was
so
just-
awesome.
Yeah, so
and she's
they
a really
could,
awesome person. So she was
and
cool.
talented.
Yeah, it
I
looks
mean, it
good.
looks so
Right.
great. It looks so great. And funny that you point out that you cut off a lot of your hair, because
It's
we
still
have
so
footage from
long.
last year at Dirstsurferz, and your hair, when I was watching it earlier, I was like, whoa, her hair is really long there. 10 inches and
Yeah.
it's still that long.
I think. I mean, maybe 7. I'm not trying to
Exaggerate.
I don't remember, but it was a lot.
Sarah, let me do all the exaggerating. That's what I'm known for around here, is to exaggerate. All you ladies just tell the truth, okay?
Yep.
We're honored to have you on the show today. We've come across your path several times out on the races. You've seen us here. When we talk about you, we always say, "No, she's got a shot to win any of the races." Currently, in overall rankings, I'm sure you know this. Currently, you're sitting in second place in point spreads in the ORL. How do you feel about that, Sarah?
I have to be honest. I've been thinking about it a lot. When I first came into the race scene, I had no idea what was going on, and I was looking at these rankings, and I was seeing the people in the top 2, top 5, things like that, and I literally emulating these people, looking up to them, not even seeing them as people sometimes, and I regret that. And I just hope that I hope that I'm personable enough, and I hope people see me for who I really am. Um, I hope I'm. It's just a lot different being in a certain place that you've looked at for so long with just like this kind of. I don't know. It's a lot different being there than it is watching other people be there.
That's well said, though. But I think you're doing a good job, Sarah, of being very relatable. But also,
They were also relatable. All the women have been. I've
Yes.
learned a lot from their women are conserving their energy before the race. They are supportive. Everyone's always been supportive. I just remember how I felt when I was new.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, there's no way. And I'm telling you guys, there's definitely a way.
That's awesome.
It's just.
But it's true. Like I'm not saying that the others were not. It's just one of your concerns of like, if I ever got to the top, would I still be me? And I think the answer is yes. And I think that's what's one cool thing about this sport. If those watching the podcast today going, what's this one wheel sport like? Man, it's a bunch of normal people just being normal out on hills, trying to do their very best. And somebody's got to always end in first and second and third. And it's just, man, maybe you tumbled down the rock feature and the other didn't. It's a lot of great humans in this sport that are very approachable. I mean, I think as a dad and Holly being a mom of our 8, our little kids walking up to all of you guys and go, will you sign this thing for me? Because to them, like you just said, Sarah, you're their heroes. They're looking at you, Sarah. My daughters look at you going, man, how does she ride so fast? And so it's fun to see it through their lenses, and you're doing a good job. But you're not that long into the sport
I was
either,
gonna say,
right?
I think people want to know how you got into the sport. How did you start? Like, what was it that you were like, I'm gonna?
Yeah, I
one-wheel?
think you told me when we were just recently. I heard you say you were did I remember right? Like in ballet or something, and then right? Yeah, give us the story.
I don't have board sport experience. I've snowboarded on and off my whole adolescent, adult. I can't get my toe edge, honestly. Whoever's watching, it's hilarious. I fall on my face every time. So my snowboarding did not get me to where I am today. Honestly, it's the ballet. I have a really good awareness of my body, where I am in space. And I also do manual labor for a living. So I think that has a huge impact on my core strength. I think that I just have a lot of self awareness of my body, balance, and core strength.
How long did
So
you do ballet for?
my whole life, from when I was like
Wow.
3 to when COVID stopped. When COVID started, I was
What?
dancing with a community ballet company. I was one of 5 adults
Wow.
that used to
That's
play dance and
amazing.
get some lead roles and some character roles that they needed support with. And I stopped doing it when COVID started because it was 100 children in a closed area
Yeah.
dancing with like felt masks, and I just was
Yeah.
like, it was a lot.
Yeah, that's
So
not as easy or fun. I've never met someone that's done ballet, so this is quite, this is wonderful news to
Yeah,
know.
you don't really come across people very often that stick with it.
Yeah,
Like
for
from when they're
Yeah.
young,
Yeah, well done,
That's
Sarah.
cool.
That's really cool. Okay, so you talk about manual labor. So what do you do? Are you working with concrete? Because that's immediately where I go to. Are you lifting concrete?
more, my husband and I own a landscaping business, so I do a lot of mulch work, a lot of brush removal, mowing lawns. Sometimes we'll do some kind of hardscape stuff, but not concrete, more like gravel things if people
Yeah.
want walkways in their backyard. But I'm
Nice.
literally like shoveling tons and tons of mulch sometimes into a wheelbarrow, and then just like
Yeah.
passing it off to my husband who lays it, just so
which your husband is such a nice guy.
Yes.
So we love
he
him.
really
Seriously.
He's so great.
You guys
He's
are
awesome.
genuine. You just want to be around you. Every time I see you out there at one of the races, there's always a crowd around you because I think people just want to be around you guys. So it's pretty cool. I met you first, like in person, was Windman 2 years ago. And you showed me a picture. I should have asked for you to send it to us. You showed me a picture of what your ankle looked like weeks before, and it was really messed up. And there you were racing and did quite well that weekend after it wasn't like you tweaked your ankle. It was like not good. Like for those that have a weak stomach, we probably wouldn't even be able to play or show you.
No
the
way.
video.
I've seen that picture. No way.
Yeah,
She just showed that down in Texas.
You are a hardworking woman that just like deals with pain in a whole nother level. So well done, Sarah. Well done.
Thank you.
Before we move on, we don't want to miss you giving a shout out. You got your Lloyd's Board Shop, who is a local board shop here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. So that's one of your sponsors. And who else is sponsoring you in your quest to be the ORL champion 2024?
Mag Spikes is actually one of my main sponsors. I have Mag Spikes and I have Lloyd's Board Shop. Mag Spikes is awesome. Grant actually races himself. He's super fast. If you've
Yeah.
ever been to a race and you go out and you have these spikes on your car,
That's
they're
Grant.
from him. He's awesome. Shout out to Grant. Shout out to Lloyd's Board Shop. Thank you guys for helping me get my board to the races. Thank you, Mag Spikes, for helping me get to the races. I really appreciate it. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to be doing what I'm doing. So
That's
thank you.
so fun.
That's awesome, and both are quality individuals. As you speak of those, we recently went to Dirstsurferz, Texas. I don't think that's any news to people listening to this point, but we had lost our mag spikes in the winter because we got snow and we brushed them off, and they're somewhere probably in the yard at the moment. So it was great to have those reinstalled this past weekend to have mag spikes back onto the Moose. I just think it makes our vehicle look way meaner. What do you think, babe?
Yeah, until all of the smiling children get out of it.
Well,
But
you
it's
know,
like, doo-doo, like a clown car.
yeah, well, no, it's not a clown car. It's big enough to support the amount of kids we got. Okay, let's ask a hot topic, Sarah, for you. One Wheel Parts is just made, available. You can order their hookers. We have a picture of.
I haven't seen these yet.
You haven't seen these? Okay,
No.
one is it's the normal version one. Okay, if we can put that up on the screen, that'd be great for people watching and not just listening. This is the 2.0. See how it's like a straight-on binding?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay. Sarah, what are your thoughts when you see that? Speaking of snowboarding, that looks like a snowboard binding. What are your thoughts? Would you ride that?
Is there something else I can help with?
I mean, just watching the video and you're asking would I ride it like today? Like, sure.
Right.
But
Why
to
not?
race?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that it's all dependent on what your goals are. If your goals are to go to the it's not really the world championship. Are they having international people come over again or not? I'm not sure. But if you want to go to Race for the Rail and they're not allowing footholds at Race for the Rail, my question is like when do you practice without footholds?
yeah.
Like if you're
Yeah.
if you're using foothold and this is just my thoughts free flowing. I feel like um I should be allowed to be stoked for myself for not using them.
Yeah.
And I also feel like if I wanted to put them on for a certain terrain, I should be able to just put them on without any flack.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think people are taking it really seriously, and it's okay, free. I am official. I mean, I don't wear footholds right
I was
now.
waiting for that to come out. I was waiting for
She's
that.
got her shirt.
But this is fun, dude.
Right.
I look up to Dave Stewart.
Yes.
Like before I started racing, wasn't he at the first race for the
Yeah,
rail?
he's
Like,
OG.
this dude is like
He
a
is the-
pillar of the community.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for him to hit me up and be like, "Do you want a shirt?" Yes, I do.
Yes,
I,
yeah.
I'm like, but I think that it should stay. Okay, if if the race
She's
for the
choosing
rail
your
is not
words.
allowing footholds, then I don't think it's really helping people to wear footholds at all the races because
If
what's
that's
going to
their
happen when
goal.
you get to the race for the rail, you might be surprised that you don't perform as well.
As well, yeah.
If your
And
goal is to gap stuff and to launch off of things and keep the board under you and you want to like push that aspect of the sport, I'm stoked for you. For sure. I'm the first one to be like someone's coming to town and hitting gaps, I'll be there. Like I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's just it's a different aspect of the sport. I think that honestly it should be separated maybe if people want to like cuz don't people that use foot hooks want to go all the way with them?
Right. You would think. Now, I love how you're talking because I share the same thing. If I have to pick a side, I'm going to go no foot hooks. But at the end of the day, it's like each to their own right now. I get it. You want to ride them. But if you go to I think some people need them to get to ORL. Now that's a controversial statement. They need them to get to ORL, and that's their goal is just to get there, not necessarily win it, because now all of a sudden you're changing your style. You don't have those hooks anymore. But
Well, last year I wore flight fins at Northwest Electric Fest.
okay,
I went to Ski and Shred. It was a very festival vibe. They changed the time of the race like by a couple of hours. I wasn't prepared at Seek and Shred. I didn't even qualify. And I was very bummed. I didn't think I'd make it to Race for the Rail. And I said to Nick, I said maybe I'll go to Oregon and I saw the terrain and I said I feel more comfortable with my flight fins and I put them on and I took second place.
yeah.
And how did I do at Race for the Rail? I took fifth. So it's like, I don't know if it helped me. Did people look down on me for it? Maybe.
Oh.
I,
I didn't even
I'm
know.
just
I
kind
didn't
of
even
like,
know.
No,
I
like
like riding without them.
yeah, I don't look down on anyone for riding them. Like I don't go. Like to me, it's not that big of a deal. It's fun to have a conversation on it, right? At the end of the day, I think the people that possess, and this is true of any race, right? Like possess the talent, skills, and Lady Lucks with them that day, they're going to be on the top. And so I think. The community's not big enough right now to start going, okay, footholds over here or foot hooks over here and this over here. So I know that people want to pick a side and get really, like I like Dave Stewart. He's like, I don't really care. I just think it's funny.
He's the kindest person out there.
Yeah.
So it's not, he hands you a t-shirt. He's not trying to offend anybody. He's just having fun with it,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
And I've rode like again, Sarah, like you. I have put hooks on and rode them, and I do feel like I had some advantages that I didn't have. Like I didn't need to learn some skills because I could turn and carve easier with them, and I was like, I don't want to do that right now. So we own these things. We've tried them. We've reviewed them. And it's just something that I've chosen to go, I kind of like the natural feeling without the hooks. Now, I think the hooks that you're seeing, let's put that video up one more time because somebody was like, what did you see there? This is V2 of the hookers from Onewheel Parts. That's intense. I don't think I'm going down the trails at Dirstsurferz in Texas with those on because there were so many times like how do you outrun that? How do you
But
bail
maybe
off
that
it?
helps you stay on it better.
Yeah, but if you're falling, that's attached to your feet the whole time. I feel like you got some big injuries coming.
I want to try them.
Definitely, I'd try them. I would try them, but that's intense.
I also
Goes-
feel like I've heard a lot of I talk to women a lot about riding. I've heard a couple women that do use footholds will talk about different muscles being tired that I'm not feeling because when you wear footholds, you don't really. This is just. I've done both. I'm not dissing anybody. You don't
Right.
necessarily have to bend your knees to it. Like you can stay straight up and down more and use your feet and the front of your legs, but that starts to grip, and then you feel this fatigue in the front of your legs. So all I'm gonna say is if you use footholds and you're feeling fatigue in the front of your legs,
Yeah.
maybe try without them and bend your knees and squat into it more so that you're using the bigger muscles in the back.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I know gripping from ballet. Like I know that feeling. I'm like, oh, I don't want to use the front of my legs. I want to use the back. Like let me just use my back. I don't know.
Oh, that's good coaching right
That
there.
is.
That's
Well,
good coaching.
And I think you said it earlier, Sarah, that like wisdom would say if you are trying, like you use any type of hold, whatever, you make it to race for the rails, can't have them. So you better be prepared to do it. And you may not like what you see if you've only have ridden with hooks or some type of thing and not be able to practice without it. You may not do as well as you think.
Yeah. I think again, all comes back to like the conversation of for VESC remotes and all those things. At the end of the day, it doesn't bother me either way. I'm choosing not to do it. I don't have a VESC or remotes. And so when I go hashtag drop the remotes, I think it's funny. I think it's fun to pick that side. But I agree with you, Sarah. You get to ORL, the main dance, and you've been riding all those things. You're just not going to ride as good. You're not going to perform as well as you would have if you were practicing the entire time on that. That's my opinion. Just like you're saying, Sarah, people can have another opinion. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to be mad at them. I'm going to be upset.
There's
Let's
more
talk
important things in life.
Yeah, right.
Way more.
Right. Way more. Okay, let's talk about what you do ride. What is your go-to setup on your one wheels? Because even our thumbnail, you're on two different boards, it looks like. Let's put that up because I think these pictures are from Oak City Shred Fest, but it's from Let It Ride.
Yeah.
Let It Ride.
Just recently.
Yeah, I hopped on someone's board that had owls on, the Overlander owls.
That's the one on the left.
Yeah. Look,
Yep.
we call you Hooks.
Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, I did a commercial for owls before they linked up with Craft
Really?
Ride, but I don't think it's ever going to be seen.
Oh, man.
That's a tidbit. Colton came through and filmed me like putting the thing together and showing everyone that you can use it on different boards and like be like an everyday layman, like, just going to the grocery store with them.
Yeah.
But then I think when Craft and Ride picked them up, they're going to use all of theirs. I'm not sure what happens. I'm friends with people that make these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, but so my board right now has a cush wide. I have flight fenders on just because I want to keep my feet protected. And I have a performance treaded and what are those things called that go around the wheel? Rim savers.
Rim savers.
That's it.
So you're
Yeah.
riding. You're doing a 6.5 inch rim. You're not on a
You're not
5
on
inch
5?
or a 6 inch rim. All right.
No, I'm on a regular stock hub.
Now is that a preference, or if you got a hold of a 5 inch hub, would you go that direction?
I tried Jeff Adair's, just like he wouldn't let me drop off of anything with it. I was like, "Can I hit this curb?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Well, then how am I going to know what it feels like?" Because
Yeah.
I I'm not heavy. I'm not. This is when I say this, people are like, "Oh my god." I'm not. I'm saying I'm a heavier. I'm stocky. I'm solid. So like when you tell me that's more nimble, I don't know if I need that. Like I don't have any problem maneuvering my board. I don't think. So I rode it around a little bit and just kind of felt like this. It felt like I had no stability,
Yeah.
like left to right. So I mean, I would try it again. I'd like to try it at Dirstsurferz, or if someone has it at Oak City, I'll hop on it. But people are like, Rachel Payne has messaged me out of the blue and said, you need that stop, that 5 inch, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, Zayne's told me, she's like, you need that 5 inch, and I'm like, really?
I mean, I
Okay.
would agree with them. I think it sounds like you are a bit like me when it comes to my riding style. I don't like the nimbleness of a pint tire, right? Because that's what's on those when you put a 555 on. They're real narrow. So now my toe side, heel side, left and right is really wobbly. The 655 is awesome. Now I have another inch of width of tire. But I've gotten the 5-inch more rubber, and so the suspension's nicer, the cushion's there, but I have a little bit more stability. When we're at Dirstsurferz in Eureka Springs, find me, take my board for a spin. You can drop off things. I'll let you.
Sweet. That's all I wanted to know. I wanted to know what it felt like to like hit, come down. And he had the
Yeah.
whatever he uses. What does he use? The hookers. He had them
Yeah.
on there. I put my feet right in them. It wasn't like I melted. I wasn't like,
Yeah, So
I was like, well, you ride goofy, I ride goofy. Let's
that's
do
what I was going to
this.
say.
Nice.
I couldn't ride his board. I could have, but I would have been in the wrong position. So you being able to ride his board, I was like, all right, you ride goofy.
Yeah.
Okay. So your board is roughly, I mean, you're not
Really
tweaking
stock.
it too much. Pretty much stock with the 6.5 rim. That's awesome with the
What's
rims.
going to happen at Race for the Rail?
Exactly. I knew where you
You got to be able to do all kinds of terrain.
on a
on
6.5.
the- Yeah.
Yeah. You're so
and
wise.
I don't think I'm going to be able to use tech rails. I mean, I have the dovetails. I've had them shipped to Vegas because I was going to put them on my board for the Monster Hill and all the stuff. And
Oh wow.
everyone kept telling me you can't do it with stock rails. It's going to be crazy. You're going to and then I look at the videos and like I had clearance. I had enough
Yeah.
clearance going down the Monster. It was fine. So I was just like, let me just stay stock rails and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. I mean, the factory team is proving that is the myths of factory. They're proving some of that. Like, oh no, it's possible to do that.
To be on stock.
I do think this past or 2 weekends ago in Texas, I do think 5-inch rims had a little bit more advantage, in my opinion, riding
Because of
through
the
all
terrain?
that chunk. Those huge, they weren't little rocks. We have video footage of you taking off here, stage 1. So this is the first race for everyone listening or at home
At
watching.
Austin.
Yeah, in
the race in
Austin.
Austin?
Yep, Lemonade Float Fest, Dirstsurferz. Here's your takeoff. If we can play that. What was going through your mind when were taking off here?
Wow.
You're
How
zooming.
fast you are.
Let's just roll that one more
I
time
love that.
for her. You just hit it again a couple times. You're just zooming. Watch this. Boom. It's like you just launched.
Yeah, you did.
Stage 1. What's going through your mind?
Honestly, I was just surprised at how good I felt physically
Okay.
and so I felt honestly like, Sarah, stay focused. Don't listen to anybody else with what they're saying. Like everyone kept talking about different parts of the trails that were difficult. Watch out for this. Look out for this. And I was just kind of like, I have the things that I remember about this trail. It's go left on that little bump, and that's all I can't keep enough. I can't keep too many things in my mind.
Yeah.
I can only
It's a lot
remember
to
one thing about
remember.
each segment. One thing
Right.
about each segment to look out for, and that's it. So that's all I was thinking about, was just that one part of that segment, which was right in the beginning. Stay left and keep my speed, because I kept remember fast, 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 fast. Because they kept saying one is fast. And I was like, okay, well, if one's fast, I guess I got to be fast.
Yeah, yeah. And it was, but there were those moments. Like as soon as you say root and go left, I know exactly what you're talking. It's really early on, and it comes out of nowhere because you're making a right hand turn, and bam, you're like, oh. If you didn't know, I mean, there's a couple people that forgot and they launched off their board because they couldn't clear it. But man, it looked like you were in a slingshot there. Lily was filming for us, but we didn't let the video. We edited it for this purpose, but you're kind of having fun before that. You're giving the peace symbol. You were giving kisses to the camera. Do you remember that, Lil?
Yeah, it was fun having
So-
you not be like so zoned in. Some people are like that, and that's totally fine. But you were having fun beforehand.
I think I said that was one of my favorite parts about being up there is watching all the different ladies, like how they start to prep. Some are super, super focused. Some are like, let's do it this way. Everybody try a squat or whatever. And then here comes Sarah Meeker. It's like, go everybody. You cheer for every single person. You woohoo for every single person and just bring a lot of life. And you're like, okay, when it's zone time, it's zone time. But everywhere else, I'm having fun.
Yeah. So
I
is
feel
that?
like life is
Go ahead,
life's
Sarah.
tough, and I feel like if you can just extend a little bit of of your energy to the group. Everyone's terrified, everyone has their own hangups, everyone has real life that they're dealing with, and if I can just help people feel like they are important and part of this community, like I've already won and I can just have
Yeah.
fun. Like the rest
Right.
of it's fun because I'm looking at them like I'm gonna shout out Stretty Spaghetti. I'm gonna shout out Janet. I'm gonna shout out all these Emily. I'm gonna shout out all these women who are out here busting it so hard, riding by themselves on the trails,
Yeah.
training. And I know this. So I'm gonna gas them up. Like
Right.
I know, like, I mean, I'm watching Mercedes and watching Rachel Payne and Zayne, and like, I'm looking forward to them. Like, okay, like, gas them up, like that, and they support me and they gas me up, and it just feels it feels better to. I told Zayne this. I said, listen, be the best, but it's better to be celebrating with everybody than to
Yeah.
ever look down on anybody. Don't
Right.
ever be that high up. You're right here with everyone. We're all together, and that's how we're going to build this community, and that's how we can push this sport, and we can support each other, and we can, bring it on the trail, like,
Yeah.
It's awesome.
and be nice.
Yeah.
And be nice.
and be nice. Yeah. You do a good job at it. I mean, with the award ceremony, you're the loudest cheerleader for every category.
Yeah.
Every category. It can be the Groms or pro women, and you're just like, ah! So I just think you're doing what you're setting out to do, which is cheer for everybody. But you look like you were just shot out of a cannon right there.
It's great.
Flying. Now, there's something interesting as you speak of it that I notice as I come around and film all these races that's different in the pro women category than pro men. Like pro men, they come down and they just get on to the next stage. They're all doing their individual things. You pro women, you guys move together like a group, a posse. You're just like, you're all waiting for each other. Somebody has a technical problem on the board. How can we fix this? Have you guys all like signed documents saying we will wait at the end of the hill? Or are
Of
you guys
course.
just doing this?
Of course,
How
women
did
always
this
go to
start?
the bathroom together too.
Yeah.
It's not all the women, and it's totally cool. Like some women prefer to kind of be alone because they get their energy from that, and that's fine. But for me, if I haven't done enough sight laps and I have no idea where I am,
Yep.
there's safety in numbers, and if we all remember something, we can all. And I think that
Yeah.
honestly, at this point in my one wheel career, I don't want to beat somebody because their board doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
help them get their board together. Like let's get her a board and let's
Yeah.
get her on the trail. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not happy
That's
about
cool.
that. I'm sad. I'm sad when that happens. I'm like, geez, that sucks. Like maybe she can use my board after I'm off the segment
Right.
because you want them to get their time in. But also, I think honestly, and this is like a thing for all the one wheel events. I think they need to go by like pro legend Clydesdale whatever and have a tour of every segment so that every rider feels comfortable about where they are. Rachel Payne did that for us at Lemonade. She said, let's go out and I'll show you everything. So we all kind of felt kind of like acquainted at Let It Ride. It kind of got a little more hectic because the weather, and a lot of us
All
didn't
right.
know where we were, and that's why we stuck together. So
Yeah.
and also we all came in from all over the place like by ourselves. Like we all flew into
You
Texas,
don't want
and
to
I'm
be
like,
by
oh my
yourself
god.
anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, let's not be by ourselves.
Yeah.
So
And that's true. I mean, as you say, like for those that don't understand the racing, they can sound intimidating. They are not. They're very enjoyable, but there's a learning curve. You're out in a terrain you've never been in, like mountainous or hilly, or in these races are spread across a vast amount of terrain, and if you don't know how to get to where you are, you could take a wee bit of time to get to the next segment. So traveling in a herd is very nice to go find the segments. I learned something. I think you were down there, and I can't remember her name, whose tire came off the bead. The bead popped, so they're had a massive flat. That as we help at
Taylor.
Dirstsurferz, yeah.
Taylor.
Yeah, just it
Taylor.
came off the rim, and there was nothing anyone could do at that moment because you just had nothing. But what we're gonna do, as Scott Mendenhall and friends are gonna be helping do the trails at Dirstsurferz in Eureka Spring. We're gonna put each of the trails starts and hopefully finishes, first aid kits, pumps, and some small tools so everyone can, if they have issues, can fix it and not have to walk out or wait for somebody. So we're going to try to get minimal tools there to help people be able to get back to racing. Because like you said, Sarah, it sucks when boards malfunction for whatever reason, like not because of future motion or something, just riding them, get a flat tire. We can help get people down the road a little bit. Now, you travel with the fanny pack. A lot of you ladies travel with fanny packs. What are you guys keeping in those? What am I missing? What am I missing? Do I need to be racing with the fanny pack?
For me, I have a portable battery pack for my phone just because
Okay.
I don't want to get lost out there and not be able to charge my phone.
Yes.
My grandmother, I promised her, she's like, please, chapstick with SPF, because if you've
Okay.
seen me, it gets bad quick pulling the toilet, so I'm focusing. I'm like,
Yeah.
catch me with a mouth guard in the next race, because I don't know. What else is in there?
So no one wheel things. Nothing that would help you in one wheeling is in there.
No, it's
What?
literally just a habit.
Okay.
I'm riding down the trail. I like to just swizzle it around, make sure I have it on my waist. Everyone says, "Why are you wearing that?" I said, "I've never raced without it." So
Yeah.
Right, I see it all the time. But you're not the only one.
No, I've seen
A
others.
couple of the ladies have them. Like,
I think they have a pump. They probably have a pump. They probably have a phone battery charger. I know that Rachel Payne had the little CO2 thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, "That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
gonna help Taylor
Yeah,
now."
we're down there. The tires come off the like, for those that don't understand this, the tire is totally off the hub. You have to reseal it. Like, it needs
How
a lot
does
of
that
pressure in
happen?
there. Just low PSI, what you did
okay,
the other day on one of the kids is, and it pops the bead. And so Rachel Payne comes out with a 20-ounce, which would work if we were having a flat.
Yeah.
It would have never worked. But she's like, this is like, what else do you carry in there? I know she has water bottle. Like Rachel Payne, she has a water bottle in there. And I've often said, aren't you afraid of falling backwards on the water bottle? But she isn't.
No.
I'm
she doesn't
concerned
fall.
for her.
She doesn't fall.
Maybe not. Maybe not. The queen of Dirstsurferz. Here we have video here of stage 2, which was, in a lot of people's opinion, one of the harder stages of the weekend at Dirstsurferz in Texas, the Lemonade Float Fest. Here's you going down the last part of stage number 2. I think you're going to get a good glimpse here of your fanny pack as well. Man, you wrote.
Look at this. Look at this. This is what it looks like when the PSI is wrong. It's too high. I can't maintain control of the board. So you can see it. It's crazy. It's wild.
Stage 2
You can
was
tell that I'm
also
literally-
wild.
It was wild.
Stage
Come on.
2 was super chunky.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you can see that I literally can't keep it straight because it's so bouncy and hard. Check your PSI, everybody.
Yeah,
I had to
that's
change
true.
my tire the night before because it pops on second.
I remember you
second, so
saying that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Funny you say check your PSI. I don't have anything that outside of my pump that
To
tells
check
me
it?
the PSI. Yeah, so like
gotta go on
I've
the
got
feeling?
last year Dirstsurferz in Eureka Springs. I felt what you felt, and I'm like in the middle of stage 1 to 2. I did 1. I was like, oh, I'm bouncing everywhere, and all I could do is just get a stick and let it out and go. Well, that feels squishy
Hope for
enough
the
now.
best.
Yeah, yeah. And that,
My husband does. You know that song "Shaving a Haircut 2 Bits," like dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah.
He does. That's like 1 PSI in his mind. I don't know if it's right.
Genius.
He's always like.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
there's a hack for you, everyone.
I wonder if it's legit though.
Well,
She's like,
Who
I'm
knows?
not
We'll have to
entirely
test
sure.
it.
Yeah, we should test
We
that.
don't
I'm.
know.
It's
But it
it's.
gives him something. He's like, I'll do 2 of these.
I can totally see him doing that.
But at the end of the day, he knows he's lowering it down
Yeah.
little by little versus me.
Incrementally for him.
Right. I hold it down,
I
and now I'm
went
like,
from
I got a flat.
12.5 to 11. So
Yeah.
I took it down 1.5 PSI
Which-
for the rest of the race.
Someone at home's gonna go, is that a big deal? Yeah, that's ginormous.
Yes.
One of the first things I tell new riders to do, get it out of the box, charge the thing. While it's charging, let a little of the PSI out. You'll have a better first ride experience. And then as you get better and can understand how to turn the thing, pump it back up. Because, man,
Well, you got to take it down to break it in a little.
yeah,
That
yeah.
tire. You got to take it down a little, just ride it around a little with it down.
Yes. That 20 PSI on that stock tire, it's already a hard tire. It's a thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the first
a
things I do.
rock.
Yeah, it's a rock.
Like a rock.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna.
Is that a song?
What?
It's a commercial.
Oh, I don't know
Oh
it.
my goodness. That's okay.
I don't know it.
Anyway.
Chevy.
Yeah,
It's
Chevy, I
Chevy.
think it is.
Like a
Sponsored
rock.
by 'em. We're not sponsored.
We're not none of us are.
No credit from them.
None of us
Just-
in
that's
this.
all right.
Well, none of us here drive a Chevy.
Nope.
Any Chevys? Yeah, see, so it's okay.
right.
We don't drive Chevys.
We could
Are
though
you
if
guys
they'd
gonna be in
sponsor
Oak
us.
City?
We are not going to
We're
be Oak
not.
City. Oh,
Are you
man.
going? Are you racing? That was a big.
Isn't that the
If-
one that you hurt your foot at?
It's the one that I got a participation trophy at.
Oh,
Hey!
nice. Well done.
That-
Well
I
done.
mean,
But why?
It stings. It's nice. It was from them. It's thoughtful. It's thoughtful. Like it just stings. It stings.
Tell us more.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I
It
was
looks.
in my flight fins,
Oh yeah.
and I was practicing my line for the final. I was in first place after the qualifiers, which was like I was shocked, and I was practicing my lines following Nick, and I took a toe turn really fast, and I was locked in, and my toes hit the ground. I went, and my ankle dislocated, and then open dislocated, relocated, but took skin under it, so I had a gaping hole this big in my
Oh.
That's
ankle.
insane.
Did you ever see the pictures, Lil?
No,
Yeah,
I
Oh.
politely declined
Oh man,
because I don't want to look
Yeah.
at it.
It's not for the
So
faint
it's
of heart.
not that I don't like the event as a whole. It's just that it's hard for me to like get that out of my mind.
Yeah.
Because I want to have fun, and it's not fun to think about like being laid up for 4
Months.
months and then coming back and being exhausted.
Sarah, did you
physically
have to
just
have
riding.
surgery?
They couldn't repair anything because they said that I broke all the tendons and ligaments in more than like 5 places. There was nothing to anchor. So they just kind of cleaned it out. They cleaned it out in the ER in North Carolina, which wasn't enough. When I got back to Maryland, I had to go in the OR and have them flush like 7 liters of fluid through the ankle. And then I have a connective tissue disease called Ehlers-Danlos. So they were like a normal person would be like they would have to like probably have surgery to like get through the scar tissue, but because I have this connective tissue disease, I'll probably regain all my range of motion, and I basically have. So it's
Wow.
really wild.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
Yeah.
pictures were it's disturbing enough, and I'm replaying them in my mind as we speak. They were something.
Once you see it, you can't
Cannot
unsee
unsee it. And the fact that you were Windman that you're
I was-
racing.
I was at Float Life Fest. Happened in whatever Oak City was, May, June, July. 4 months later, I was at Float Life Fest and I took 4th place. But I begged Mandy. I was like, please just take 3rd. I don't want to race this anymore. I don't want to do it again. It hurts. I'm so tired. But she was like, you'll regret not
Yeah.
riding it out. And I'm glad I did. And she killed it. And the women killed it. They really were there for me that year. I was telling them I'm exhausted physically, guys. Like, I've been laid
Yeah.
up for months.
Yeah, you had a good comeback last year. If that last year would have been your comeback tour to make it to ORL,
You did it.
Yeah.
And so this year, I think there's no reason to not assume that you will not make it back to ORL, and then we'll see what you got to get to the final dance to see where it all lays out. And so it's exciting race season to watch. I think with our kids, they're watching all the time. Everybody, right? Because the boys are paying attention to the boys, girls, and so it's fun to just stay tuned what's taking place. And so
Yeah.
I miss it, Sarah. Did you say you will be at Oak City?
Yes.
You're going
I'll
back.
be at Oak City.
What
Okay.
is your
Yep, I'm going
favorite?
back.
What's your favorite race besides like if out race for the rail out? So
Yeah.
what's
there
your
you go. That's a
favorite
good
one?
Honestly, I had a lot of fun at Lemonade. That's a new one for me. The
Nice.
venue was incredible. The vibes were immaculate. The trails were challenging. I felt like I
Yeah.
was
They
literally
were very challenging.
amongst the best riders hitting some of the most crazy trails. Dirtsurferz for me I'm not, I shouldn't say this, but it's a little long, and
The race itself.
yeah, I'm a sprint. I think I'm a sprint racer. I love a nice sprint, so I'll have to really see how I can pull it out. I'm working more this year coming into races, so I'm doing a lot more manual labor. I think I'm getting my stamina up. But I wonder if I can hold that top 5 placement through Dirtsurferz, through Oak City. Oak City's tough because it is shorter, so it is like a sprint. So I really have to
Yeah.
bring it, but yeah.
Yeah, but that
Nice.
said, Sarah, I do like that we don't have one type of trail for the ORL. That you are getting a bit of that. You're getting tested on all things. Yep. How do you do the sprints? How do you do on chunky chunk? How do you do on flat, more flat conditions? And then you go to Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs, and they're just longer, but it taxes the legs a little bit more. But man, I like those long ones. Like what was it, stage 5 in Texas? That was like a half a lap around the track. It was like you just get started and you're done. You're like, what? What just happened?
Yeah.
Super fast though. That was super fast. I got a question for you in the ORL side of things because we just came out of Dirtsurferz Texas, and those were, like you said, some of the more challenging trails that I've seen in the ORL. Yet it's not ranked as a premier race. You're getting smaller amount of points for a difficult race. Do you think in the ORL side of things, they should be taking in consideration the level of difficulty of the trails to decide if it's a premier race or not?
Well, what are they taking into consideration?
You ask a great question. I have no idea. Like I
Is
genuinely
it ticket
don't.
sales?
I don't know.
I'm not being funny. I'm like, because Oak City seems to like and Oak City's not premier either, is it?
No, that the like.
Well, I wondered if they can do the comparison of the type of races. So here you have Dirtsurferz Arkansas in Eureka Springs. That's an enduro. And then you have Lemonade that was also an enduro. But Lemonade Dirtsurferz was new. So when you put the two up to each other, because Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs is a little bit more established, is that the premier? And then Lemonade not yet.
Yeah, is it more of a quality of overall race? Like
and then
what
you
you're
look
gonna
at
get?
the other ones that are like the head-to-heads, so like Oak City and,
Let It Ride.
Let It Ride.
Well.
Like, are those comparable? And so then they take the one that's, does that make sense? That's
It
more
does. I just
established?
think, especially for the racers, knowing, hey, this is a premier race because of its technical difficulty, so it's going to be scored higher than what's the second tier? Is it sectionals? Sanctioned races. And those are less points. Like, if I remember right, I can't remember if they changed this rule, but I think if you win at Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs,
You stamp your ticket.
yeah, you stamp your ticket.
Yeah, so the
And Wheel Scorcher and Seek and Shred.
Right, there's
so
3.
there's 4. So
Premier
for
races?
the premier sanction is Dirtsurfer, Shredfest, Wheel Scorcher, and Float Life Fest.
Okay.
But
Float Life's after Race for the Rail, so the points don't matter.
that
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
only
well
for
on the
overall
One Wheel
season points.
Right.
on the One Wheel Racing League website, it says that the date is TBA.
It's going to be sometime in August. I think they have to wait for the snow to melt. That's what they said last
That
year.
makes
so I don't
sense.
know.
Correct.
I
That
don't
makes
think it's
sense.
going
Race
to be
for the
after
Rails.
Float Life Fest.
Yeah, that I would be
I'd love it
surprised
to
if it
be.
was.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it was after too.
But maybe they're planning that to have those actual 4 races as the sanction races. And maybe they are. I mean, they've always said TBA on the Race for the Rails.
I don't think snow's going to be a problem based on if you watch from Float Life, which everyone should go watch this after this. Flying Hawaiian had his video drop is 3.5 minutes long where he's riding at the Sky Tavern. That's where ORL. Have you seen this yet, Sarah?
I saw part of it, yeah.
It's done
I
really.
just glanced.
It's
I have to
beautiful.
look.
You'll enjoy it because you've raced out there, but they just dropped that last week. If it's been filmed this year,
He didn't do it. No, I think because Bodie said that was his last project with Float Life.
Okay.
That wasn't recent.
So that was not just.
Look at that.
And you don't know.
She's
It's
coming.
video.
She's trying to come in with facts.
she's got news. I don't know. I'm not saying they said. I just presumed it was
I
shot.
just saw I saw it on his story. I saw it on his story. He said, "This is my last project with the boys. I'm really proud of it." And then he tagged Jesse.
Oh,
It was
gotcha.
There
nothing
you
like.
go.
So I
Right.
think whatever his last project, whenever it was filmed, I don't think it was like 3 months ago.
Right. Yeah, it would have snow, and it wasn't filmed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Based on what you're saying, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then okay,
You know
so it
who
could
would
still
help?
snow. Yeah.
Someone who would be great to talk to about this is Lars,
Okay.
because he works there
Yeah. 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 We get.
at Sky Tavern. So
Yeah.
I,
But
I
they
checked in with him. I'm like, what are the conditions?
conditions like, regardless of when it's shot. Great video. Everyone at
was,
home, you'll
yeah.
enjoy
Yes, it
it.
was great.
Music is great. The scenery's great. Drone
And
shots are
he
great. Jesse, the
is a
flying
great
Hawaiian,
writer.
yeah,
He was
He's
great.
phenomenal. Fun human being to be around. My kids think he's one of their siblings. They're always like our Hawaiian bro, and so they think they're.
Because he pays attention to
Yeah,
them. He's
he's
really
just-
sweet
yeah.
when he's around the kids.
And he
That's
rides really well.
awesome.
I don't know how I was trying to figure out how they filmed the audio of it, because the audio is really cool of the sound of the one wheel. So either they did it in post, or I was trying to see if I could see a microphone
Yeah.
somewhere. It sounds really
I
good.
think
So
they probably did it at the same time, but put it together afterwards. You know.
maybe. Well, I just wonder where the
I don't
mic
know.
was. Just take a look afterwards, Sarah. You'll enjoy it. You'll go down memory lane after
I
racing
saw
out
the
there.
drone when he was. I saw a little bit of it. Well, today I was busy because I was like, oh shoot, a podcast. Here I go.
Yeah. Oh, and it's live. And what are these guys
and
doing with
It's
my life?
live.
They're flipping
Yeah.
everything upside
And it's been
down.
fun, right, Sarah?
Yes.
It's not as bad as
Yeah.
you were thinking. See,
No.
if you had a whole week to think about this, you'd gotten so nervous and you might have gone, no, I can't handle it. And now
Yeah.
you're like, oh. So now when we have you back, you'll be like, that's so easy. You can ask me an hour beforehand. I'll be good.
Okay, so back to our previous topic. Christy Miller's in the chat. She says hello to you. She said that the committee votes on the sanctioned events and decides which will be premiere or not. They consider some of the racers' POVs of each event too. Who knows? Maybe Texas will be premiere in 25.
Yeah, if that's where it lands.
Who's the committee?
I know the answer
Is
to
it
your
like-
question. Yeah, go
I
ahead,
think
Sarah.
I know the answer to your. I don't want to. I mean.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not looking to put them out. That's what I don't know, because it's never been made public. So it's
The
like,
committee.
What do you think, Sarah?
do we need to put their
About
name out
what?
there?
Who is the committee?
Yeah,
I mean.
it's the committee.
Yeah, like they're great people. I think it's Jen, Manuel, Justin, maybe Nick Payne.
Yes.
I think I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be not public information?
No,
I mean, why wouldn't it be? They're like,
it's totally
I don't
is.
know.
We're making it feel so
Yeah,
like
you are. Both of you are.
Committee.
the committee. We can't. If we say their names, they'll hunt us down.
Let's just make T-shirts that say the committee.
Hashtag the committee. No,
Well,
the reason.
Lemonade, they couldn't just make it premiere. We had to check it out and like
Right.
check it out.
I
It
totally
seemed
agree with
premiere to
that.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It was gnarly enough that it should have been. It should be amended after the fact. Okay, that was one of the hardest ones that I've seen. We're gonna offer more points.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
before it was just the festival, right?
Yes. With
so-
a race, but not or a
but
race.
not like that. Yeah. So it's got to be where, if Dirtsurferz comes back and does that again, then it can maybe, oh yeah, these are definitely technical trails and harder for the racers, so it should be worth something more.
Yeah.
So
I think it also matters about ticket sales. It's got to, right? At the end of the day, someone's got to like have metrics like that. Like if
Yep.
you have a bigger area, bigger opportunity for more people to come, not necessarily racers.
Yeah.
Does that matter? I don't know.
I think it does. I think, if a premier race automatically alludes to bigger, and so you got to be able to make sure you can house those people. I don't know if like the amount of people that go to Dirtsurferz in Eureka Springs, if you would have plopped all of them in that little area we were all camping out, could it have held it? Probably. It'd have been a very different race of that.
yeah, but at the same time, this was probably the biggest women's group that showed
That
up
was
to
huge.
this. So this was probably like, and not to say that we won't see that on the women's side some of the other races, but this was probably the first race that was like legit. Everybody's here, missing a few here and there, but it was a big deal. It was big competition. So I don't know. Maybe it does depend on the amount of people.
All right, so let's get to Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs because that's after Oak City. We have video of you riding the pro line last year. Remember how gnarly that thing was? I mean, this is not
I
for
was
the
not
faint of heart.
prepared.
No one
Here
was.
we go.
But here is footage of Sarah Meeker hitting the pro line at Dirtsurferz last. Only the
Sarah.
pros could ride this, and I had the opportunity to film it, and it was not very many people made it through this entire section without. If we can hit play on that, that'd be great. Here we go. Here's Sarah coming.
Oh gosh, too hot.
Well, you had to have speed there to get up, and then I'm telling you, hit the right white rock. I don't even know if you knew I was there. This next section, you are one of the few that hit this line like this. I'm like, this woman is braver than anyone else. And then that
my
fall,
gosh.
Sarah. Let's rewind that one more. That fall, how do you even walk away from that? Your back leg was touching the back of your head.
Oh.
Did you see that, Sarah? Did you even know you felt like that?
No, it happens so fast.
It always does.
It does. And then the
Fearless.
next day, you're like, why is that? See if we can pause it in the fall
Right
so she can
when
get
her
it.
legs bent
When
backwards.
she's like, oh, that's why my knee feels it still today. Okay, here we go. You're going down stair steps, okay?
Right
Hit
there.
it. Oh, my goodness, Sarah.
You land on your board.
She said, "Oh wow."
Yeah, your butt had to have hurt so bad. You look broken.
Well, I have this connective tissue disease.
I
That makes
have
my
this
joints really
connection.
flexible.
Oh, wow. I'm jealous.
and that's the ballet coming out.
Yeah, you're real.
Yeah.
That's Gumby stuff right there. That's Gumby
Oh,
stuff.
my
Flight
gosh.
fins, flight fins, flight fins.
yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
were. They were. Yep.
Well, maybe that's why you felt like that. It was the
Yeah,
flight
maybe.
fin. Yeah.
No,
Whoo!
it wasn't.
Wow.
No, it wasn't.
So
That.
I wonder if the pro line this year is going to be the same segment.
Yeah. Are you ready for it?
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Let's
not
go.
afraid. It's fine. It'll be fun.
I'm not. Yeah, you're like, I don't really have a choice. If I want to, it'll be exciting to see. What those will be. We'll be there to film it and tell the story.
I was going to say, so that alludes to that you're going to be at Oak City, and then you're going to be at Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs. What other races will you be at? All of them?
I'm trying to be at all of them.
Okay. Awesome.
That's awesome. We would
Seeking
like.
Shred. I don't know I don't know if I'm gonna have the same kind of like sponsorship for flight for that. So I have to figure out how I'm gonna get there. I think, but it's a redemption for me. I really messed up last year. The trail was so grand. It was just big and beautiful, and I'm just not used to. I biffed it bad, and I would like to come back and see if I can do better.
Okay.
Nice.
So let me ask one more question before we wrap this up with you, Sarah. Where's one place you have not rode your one wheel that you would like your bucket list ride? Do you have any of those? Like for me, it was ride out at the Redwood Forest. Man, that was so awesome to do that. And like my next one is I want to ride the Salt Flats of Utah. So that's what I'm saying. Do you have anywhere like that you're like, it'd be just cool to just go ride?
I think it'd be fun. I more so want to ride with people. Like I'd like to
Yep.
go out to Michigan and ride with those guys like Eddie and Chris and Josh. I also think the Salt Flats would be cool, but I think it'd be I never got to do Flume Trail out in Tahoe. I never got up there. I was just kind of focused on Race for the Rail, so that's kind of like a bucket list trail for me to hit. Everyone's like, if you don't hit Flume, did you go to Tahoe? And I'm like, well, I was there.
Yeah. I have video. I have video. There was yeah. Yeah, that's.
I broke my ribs there.
It's fair that you even say that. Like none of my bucket lists do I want to go by myself. I don't have anything I want. One wheeling is way more fun with people. At the end of the day, I can't keep up with you, Sarah, or the pros, but it's kind of nice to, as you're coming back down the hills, I'm going up still, to just give a smile and wave going, it's a good day to be out here, right? And so it makes it so much more fun. It really does. So, well, Sarah, it's been a privilege to hang with you today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we
I
love
wouldn't
being
make
able.
anybody too upset.
I don't think we did.
You did great.
No, you were
Okay.
awesome.
I don't think we did.
Your personality shines through. You're always super smiley and excited to see people. So we love that.
Oh my gosh, Holly, you're one of my favorite people. I'm sad that you're not going to be in Oak City. You should get them to send you out.
Yeah,
Oh, just
I think
Holly.
I'll talk to
Just
my,
out
I'll talk
there.
to my sponsors.
yeah. Let's
Yes.
do that.
You can
Yes.
get sponsored and do your first beginner race out there.
No,
Will
see,
City
she
might be better.
she
Might be
promised
better
though.
for a first race.
Yeah, she-
We would all need to be there to see that.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
promised Nick in Rachel, she would do her first at Eureka Springs.
Okay.
So
Oh man, I
Well,
gotta
if you
get
want to run any
practicing.
lines together, I'm always down to like take you
Yeah,
out
take
and help
her.
you with
Yeah,
whatever you want.
yeah, as long as you're holding my hand.
oh, get out of here. Yeah, yesterday.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, don't hold hands. Holly the other day goes, "Hey, we have our own trail system on our property, and we're always making it better and adding features. And we have a pump track out there." And Holly comes and goes, "I rode the pump track. It was awesome." I was like, "What? You rode the pump track? That's wild." And then she goes, "Well, the kids, they held my hands." I was like,
Historic, the littlest child we have.
I was like,
Oh my
I said to her, "That's so dangerous. You're gonna,
Yeah.
just." So she's out there trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
trying.
her best.
I'm trying. I rode our trails around for a while the other day. So
Yeah, and then she ate it right in front of me. Came off a
I
dirt
did.
berm and just plowed the ground.
I got back up on my
Well,
board.
Yeah.
That
No,
means you're a one-wheeler.
Yeah, that's right. No, seriously, Sarah, come get her at Eureka Springs Dirstsurferz and get her out on a trail.
I will.
Hey.
She will be nervous, but it'll be good for her. It really will. So,
It was
I'll
my
come.
first race too.
look, see?
Dirtsurferz. Yep.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
The-
Well, that was when we really got to meet you. So it was a lot like Windman, we met you, but then Dirtsurferz, I really got to spend some time with you. And I love it. I look forward to seeing you every time.
Yes.
Me too.
Well, the thing with Dirtsurferz is because people camp out there, or the hotels are real close, you got to hang out with people. Windman, wonderful, wonderful event. But you're staying off the premises.
Everybody kind of disperses.
Right, and so
Yeah.
that hangout stuff
Yep.
isn't as much.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will take a Sarah Meeker hug any time of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah.
She's great. You give good hugs.
That's correct.
Thank you. I don't hug people I don't want to give a good hug to. I just kind of like.
Oh, well, then I feel so honored because I usually get a hug.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Holly says that. People are going to run up to you at the next event. I hear you got good hugs. Can I? And you're like,
And-
this is weird.
And that right there just hurt people's feelings. Oh, well.
No, yeah, I'm with her. You don't just go around hugging everybody. There's got to be a reason for it.
Everybody.
Yeah. Reserved. Reserved for sure. So, again, thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for those that sponsor Sarah to race so we can see her and hang out with her. She is a great person to have on the hillside. So, Sarah, any last things you want to add before you sign off and get back to your manual labor?
Nope, just thank you for having me. I'm stoked to be a part of this community. I can't wait to see everyone at Oak City and at Dirtsurferz if you're going to be there. I know you're not, but people that are
yes.
watching. Yeah, let's get it, guys and gals.
Woo!
Yeah. All right. All right, Sarah, have a great afternoon. We'll let you go, and then we'll wrap up the podcast, okay? Bye, Sarah.
Bye,
Bye, Sarah.
Bye.
Oh, man, that's good
That was
human right there.
fun.
She's great.
Yeah. Woo. Like, go give love to her sponsors, okay? Check out Lori's Board Shop on Instagram. Then you can also Mag Spikes. Go check him out. You'll know who he is. Just go give some love. Give love to her on Instagram. You can follow her there and follow her on other Instagram posts or things of that nature. Thanks for being with us today. I did see somebody give to the GT Fund for
Yeah,
Holly.
Garrett. Thanks,
Garrett.
Garrett.
Nice.
Thank you,
so
Garrett,
much.
for
We
giving.
should get an update soon on that, like where we're at for Holly.
We can do that. By
Yeah.
next week, we'll get it an update. For those that are like, okay, Oak City Shred Fest. Sarah's talking about that. What's that and when does that happen? Here's the dates for it. You can still go get registered. Potentially, we will reach out and get someone from that event here next week to talk about it since it's just right around the corner. It is down in North Carolina. And it is a great event. I know a lot of the pros are going to be there. So if you want to just go and be entertained, but though it's a great overall event for the weekend. So it's more than just being entertained by watching the pros race. You should sign up and give it a go. You're not going to be disappointed.
Did you say the dates?
It's May 5th.
May 2nd
May
through the
2nd
5th.
through the 5th.
Raleigh,
Okay.
North Carolina.
There you go. And you can go to potentially oakcityshredfest.com. That, I'm not sure. Here we go. We got the little logo coming up for you guys to see. Oak City Shred Fest. There you go. You can look it up in Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Not so bad. This is just right
you
around
go.
the corner, like a week away. 2
And
weeks away.
and this is the last sanctioned race. So like we're like halfway through the
season, yeah.
Which is wild.
So Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs, which
Woo!
is right after Mother's Day, the Monday after, or no, the weekend after Mother's Day, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's put that up there on the screen for everybody to know when that is. You guys can check that out so people can get signed up at Dirstsurferz, which you will not be disappointed in one. You won't want to miss it. Okay, go get signed up. Dirtsurferz.com. And here's what we've noticed with races and just a lot of things. Race event coordinators don't know how to plan the race because we're
People
signing
don't
up
sign up.
late. Like late. Now I get
Like 2 days before.
right, and it's hard to plan the event. You can help these race coordinators at Oak City Shred Fest and at Dirtsurferz and one local here up in
Windman.
we got that, but it's up in Brainerd, Camp Ripley. We have this is the Paul Bunyan Grom Fest or
Yes.
some sort of that. It is this summer. It is June 14th through the 16th. All three of these events coordinators are going, hey, we don't know how to plan it yet because people aren't signing up. Go get signed up so they can plan arrangements for food, or if you need an RV, all these different things so you can get those things going. So do them a favor, do them a solid, go get signed up. And they would love you for it. It helps them know how to plan, how many bibs to print, how many, make sure they have enough timing chips and all those different things to help you have an amazing event so that they also don't undershoot or overshoot and then go in the hole. So spread some love for all of these events and get signed up. It makes it easier for them.
So true.
Yes. And then also we will be at Dirtsurferz Eureka Springs.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Holly is gonna race in beginners.
Yeah.
And
You got this.
Gotta get my mind right.
Yeah, gotta get her mind right.
Start mentally preparing.
Mentally preparing. It's gonna be great. Am I forgetting anything else at the moment? Outside of, I got to make sure I go full circle. I know it's towards the end. The hookers are available to order.
Oh, yeah. Do we have a price on those?
I have no idea how much they cost. I did not look them up at onewheelparts.com. You can check that out. They have version 2 and you have version 1. Let's go to a picture of the hookers version 1. It should be the second picture. I do like, out of all hooks, this one seems the most like my foot style, like because it comes in further on the foot pad. So that's similar to the stance I have. A lot of the other hooks that are way out there, like the owl hooks from Overlanders, my stance isn't that wide. I can't get there.
Yeah.
And so it's just uncomfortable. But
Are
that
they
is
the dragon? Oh, no.
no, they're hookers.
Tommy boy?
No, they're just hookers
I don't see them on the website.
on onewheelparts.com.
I have hookers, but they didn't look the same as what.
Oh man,
You
these
showed.
ladies are not giving us
$100.
I
These
don't-
look
that-
like hookers.
that cannot be the truth. They're trying to scour the internet. If Jeff Adair Shreds is in, you can help us out a lot on getting us a price. But that said, everybody, we will be back next week with a One Wheel Podcast. We have a review of the race from last weekend that we're working on. It is in the editing bay that we can hopefully get up and running soon for you guys to see what was Texas like for Dirtsurferz and Lemonade Float Fest. Man, you got to put that on your schedule next year. Don't miss it.
125.
That's it?
On sale.
Can I see?
Pre-order.
Yeah, all right. She's right. That's cheaper than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah,
There you go.
a lot cheaper than I thought.
And that said, we'll see everyone after this podcast. We'll see you next week on another podcast.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great week. Adios.